All right, we're live.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video.
It's not a YouTube video, but
And
it's
you see, this is why we should kick you out.
Why?
Okay. Hello guys. I'm your host, RealStormAura, and with me I have Unknown. Say hello.
Yo.
All right, W. We're nice to have you all today. I'm just gonna do a few settings with the stream, so that way it should be ready to go. If y'all have any questions, just let me know. Welcome to the stream as well. Very nice having y'all here. I'm actually just testing out this stream. We're gonna be on stream for quite a while. If y'all don't know me, I'm RealStormAura.
You're talking to air right now.
Okay.
You check the cow. You check the cow.
Okay. Decent, good, nice. Alright, everything's good. I'm just gonna copy this link over here and give that to my Discord server.
Dude, why are you laughing?
Because of what you said.
Please speak. I need this.
Okay. That is
Okay.
not at all what I meant to. Whatever. Hello. Let me.
Everybody but him is. No, yeah, bro. I'm thinking about the other guy, bro.
Let me see. All right, I'm gonna sign in.
RSA,
using-
bro. You know
Huh?
where Tim is?
I'm just
Okay,
fixing
I'll take
some
that.
stuff.
Okay,
Don't mind me. Don't
airball,
mind me.
for sure.
I'm gonna get to the Q&As in just a moment. I'm just tampering with the stream a little bit.
Airball.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, what's good?
We're live streaming. We're live.
Yeah,
streaming,
we're live.
We're
Okay,
live-
so
we're live
so
streaming,
please, we're doing a Q&A. We're doing a Q&A. Then that's it.
Racer.
Yo, what's good? Triforce.
Hello
GD.
guys.
Oh no, you were so loud. Okay.
You gotta love this one.
Apologies to anyone who heard that. I am doing good. Welcome to the stream, Triforce GD. I'm gonna be setting up a poll soon enough.
We're live.
Everyone here has contributed, or everyone here except one has contributed to the creation of
I
the
gave you
upcoming,
ideas.
the upcoming
Except
mini-series.
one immediately points at research.
Everyone here except one has contributed partially to the mini-series, and I'm really glad to have everyone here. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. If not, and you just want to have a nice time, feel free.
For procurement managers, Granger
Who-
is the go-to partner.
Oh, that's an
Very
ad.
manager.
Healthcare
I was about to say,
facilities.
who is playing an ad right now?
That's you, bro.
Yeah.
That's you.
All right, well, what should the poll be? Should it be like, what's your favorite ice cream or something?
No, just
You should make it like related
We're
to
not
the.
asking questions.
Yeah, I
ask
know, but,
questions. We're
like,
not
the-
asking them questions.
I know, but the poll is just there to like, I don't know.
Just make a poll, bro. Like saying what's your favorite type of animation or something. I don't know.
Okay, bet.
Like 2D or 3D.
Wait, can you make people moderators like in Twitch? Like on Twitch
No.
you can.
I don't know.
Okay, we have 2D, 3D, W. All right, poll is up. Be prepared for a W live stream, yo.
Be prepared for a live stream that will be very chaotic.
Shut
Anyways,
up.
I'm your host, RealStormAura.
Yeah,
And-
you see, bro.
So Unknown. I'm gonna ask a few questions for the viewers themselves who might be watching. Tell me, how long has the production of the animation been going on for as of now, as a whole?
I kind of forgot, but if I were to say like
2 months.
maybe like 3 months.
Okay, yeah. Ever since I came up with the idea of the series, which you guys will see soon in this stream, I'll give you some leaks. I won't leave you guys empty-handed. It has been about 3 to 4 months, give or take. I began to animate when I teamed up with my little team here. We have Racer, we have Unknown, and my other friend here has been giving me some decent ideas, including how to edit the story better. Because the animation is only one piece. If it were only the animation itself, I would get done with episodes in a week. But the thing is, it's a lot more than just that. Other than that, everyone here has a pretty decent task.
Oh,
We have people ranging from animators to sound
No way,
effects
he heard it,
artists
bruh.
to everything else.
Oh wait, in the group chat I sent you the when the server was
Huh?
created. In the group chat I sent you when the server was created, December 2025.
yeah, but like that's technically leaking stuff. So.
Oh yeah, that would be my friend Jaden over here. he's
That-
like
that-
he's a real
that-
fiend for Geometry Dash. Not exactly
yes,
sure
like,
why.
he's on that game 24/7.
Tell me about it. Anyways, if y'all got any questions, take your time. Let me see. Any other information I can really fill y'all, in on? I do have scripts for future episodes. So, for those of you who have no idea what this is a series that will, this is a series that the pilot will be released in early to middle March. And this is because I want to give my teammates enough time in order to get their tasks done, so that way we can produce to you a decent animation. Now, well, what is hard C? What? Anyways,
Okay.
Yeah,
airball.
by the way, can we have other people reading the chat as well, if possible? Because like sometimes I'm not gonna be here. For instance, I'm gonna use the bathroom shortly.
I'm currently working on Future Funk right now. I haven't beat it yet.
Nobody cares, bro. Nobody.
No,
has-
it's someone asked in the comments.
Clearly the viewer
Wait,
cares.
wait, wait. Oh, yeah.
Wait, can you go to the live stream? real quick?
Birthday right now, bro.
Yeah, I have the live stream on my phone right now.
Yeah, I can't look.
Can you like click the three dots and see if you can like make people moderators?
I can.
Can you do that?
No,
Comments right now.
No,
is probably
no.
more pressure.
we don't really need any mods as of now.
No.
Oh yeah, as I was saying, this animation is mainly about, well, to summarize it in the shortest way possible, it's really just about beings that gained immense powers, and the source of their powers are trying to get those powers back, but happens to be evil. It's really simple, but I promise
That's
when
basically the whole story,
you
right
watch
there.
the episodes, it gets really deep into lore wise and stuff. The first few episodes aren't going to be that immersive because it's mainly just going to be fight scenes, but in the third and fourth episodes things are going to build and make a lot more sense shortly, so you're going to be able to see that.
Verizon is expensive.
Why is there an ad
We
playing?
don't
You
talk
can
about
bring
blue.
your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store
I'm sorry, what?
today.
We don't talk about blue, bro.
Oh yeah, so we're not going to leak too much about that. Okay.
We're not. Gonna,
Yeah, don't go
talk about
don't go
blue,
into
bro.
it. So anyways, in the first episode, well, I can give you guys, or should I say you guy, some information on the series. So our main character, who happens to be Onyx, he and 4 other beings happen to get their hands on these gems. They're known as the soul gems. They hold immense power, so when they collect them, they harness their power. Now, that's just really the brink. Since there's 5 of
Said,
them,
sorry, he said okay. Anyways, let me get to my questions. How many episodes
Oh,
are there gonna be?
yes, so the amount of episodes,
Maybe
there are
10.
going to be a total of 7 episodes, and this is for the first season. Now, I don't really know if I'm going to expand
Ow.
the series into a second season, because we have not released the pilot yet, but 7 episodes is going to be the entirety of the first season. I actually have everything planned out in my mind, and I'm turning some into scripts. So, usually how my animation process works is I come up with the idea in my mind first, then I turn it into a concept. I write it down or type it down on a small document of sorts. This is just a brief idea of the episode. Once I have the idea, I then begin to write it from dialogue to descriptions to minute details. For instance, let's say we had a character named Azra. We could say Azra took 2 steps and then levitated in the air. I would turn that into a script. and then afterwards I would turn that script into an animation, and my teammates would do the rest. So it's a pretty well thought out process. You can actually find that out in my Discord server. The link is on the channel page. Selfless plug. And overall, the first episode and the second episode are mainly just going to be fighting. The third is when we're introduced to the main villain, and this is all going to tie into the plot and the lore. And I can tell you a little bit about the first origin, I guess you could say. I'm not going to tell you all about the origin, because I don't want to spoil anything, like anything important. But this takes place in 5000 BCE in ancient Egypt. That's where the very first of our, I guess you could say, characters originated from, because these characters are thousands of years old because their powers granted them immortality. We have our main villain, who is originally good but then turns into a villain. I'm not going to leak her name or anything, but she gains powers through a certain something which I can't reveal, and she doesn't know how to control these powers, and the people that are around her see her with these powers, and they get really jealous. So they decide to, since she is a princess, which, okay, that sounds so weird. Since she is the daughter of a pharaoh, should I say, king of Egypt, they decide to break into the palace because they wanted to gain her powers as well. And out of greed, they ended up almost killing the pharaoh. But the thing is, the main character, or main villain, should I say, comes back, but tries to save her father, but in the end ends up destroying the entire palace because she didn't know how to use her powers. It's a long story. I'll make sure I summarize it better in the animation and in the script, because currently I am working on the script for that episode. It's only half done as of now, but long story short, the death of her father and her title as the heir to the throne kind of makes her snap. She turns evil and uses her powers for evil, and she eventually takes half of her power and spreads it throughout the earth, so that way other people can also gain this power and join her in her, I guess you could say, conquest of sorts. But in the end, these people who end up gaining the power are known as the 5 ancient heroes, but they're good guys. I'm trying to explain this in the most watered down form that I can. And they confront her, and they get into a fight, a confrontation, because the main villain wants to punish the world for what they've done. But the protectors of Earth, who gained these powers that she spread throughout the Earth, they wanted to keep the Earth safe for some reason, which I have a reason, I just can't tell you guys because it would be spoiling too much. Long story short, the 5 end up winning the fight, and they seal her in a realm known as the Cellar. And this is like a prison for insanely powerful beings. Along with 2 other beings, I can't spoil their names or purposes either. They're trapped there for thousands of years, and the 5 continue to like roam across the earth, protecting it and whatever. But here's where we get a little interesting twist. One of the characters decides, you know what, I'm gonna gain more power. So through immense training and heavy physical stress,
We're spoiling the entire lore now.
I'm not spoiling anything serious, okay? This is just the brief like thing.
Dude, but never mind.
Yeah, just trust the process. This character ends up getting a lot more power, but it was to protect the Earth. But his comrades saw that he was gaining too much power. They thought that he would become corrupt because of the power that he wielded, and they thought that the same thing that happened to him, the same thing that happened to the main villain would happen to him, where, you know, too much power caused corruption. So they decided to seal him in a different realm, away from the main villain, I guess you could say. He didn't really know why at the time, but his teammates sort of struck him down in fear, not really in caution, I guess you could say, like a thoughtful process. And this made him grow hatred for his once loyal comrades. Long story short, episode 1 is where he comes back. I can't spoil too much about it. You can see some small leaks in one of the recent videos I posted. He comes back and
he said, I love action, or they said, I love action scenes because I've been working on a sprite, or a sprite, to make animations, and I've already come up with a series called Pixels.
Pixels, interesting. Have you,
Be watching that when it comes out.
Yeah, I'll make sure that I, like, see it if you ever upload it on YouTube. Or if you already have, that's great. Yeah, you know, animation it can be a pretty tricky subject depending on what kind of animation you're aiming for, but in the end, it's pretty relatively good. Unknown, do you have anything to, like, add on or anything to comment on?
I don't know what.
Like to anything regarding the series or the state of production or anything like you just want to tell the viewers about.
I would just say that our animations will be a bit choppy, but as we get more experience in making these animations, we'll probably like increase our quality. But for now, we'll just like try to do our best.
Unknowns is absolutely right. As of now, the animations are actually pretty choppy, and that's mainly because I've not been animating for a long time. In fact, when I first began animating, I used a different animation app called Pivot Animator, and the first iteration of episode
We all
1.
know what happens there.
Yes, the first iteration of episode 1 was really, really bad. It was so bad that I decided to scrap the whole thing and reanimate it. And I'm thankful that I did that, because if I would have ended up uploading the original animation, it would have gotten nowhere. But, thankfully, since my skills increased, I was able to reanimate it. I actually got a lot of animation done for episode 2. Now I know you guys know little to nothing about the lore of the series as of now, but once the pilot episode, the first episode, releases, you're gonna gain a little bit of information about the characters, the setting, the location, because I'll make sure to include some stuff. For instance, if it takes place, it's not gonna take place there, but if it takes place in Rome in the year 2050, then I'll make sure that I kind of put that as a little, like, I guess, caption before we get into the main scene, so that way people over time can, connect the dots as the episodes go on. A total of seven episodes, and the characters are going to go through some transformations. Some of them are going to remain the same, some of them are going to be static characters, some of them are going to turn evil, some of them might die. Like I said, no one in the series is safe. There's no plot armor here. Anyone can die. And I am being serious. Now, the reason I say that is because we don't really like predictability around here. Now, when we make something, we want to make sure no one expects what's happening, and that's what creates a good series. If you make it so the main characters have plot armor like crazy, it's not going to be fun. And that doesn't mean that everyone's just going to be getting cooked left and right.
We're gonna make him like Kratos, bro. We're gonna make him like die like 500 times and then make him. Come
No,
back to
no,
life.
no. Actually, for an original concept that I scratched for a future episode, the main character was supposed to die and then be revived by someone else. But I kind of scrapped that idea because he was supposed to unlock another form in a later episode. Now,
Oh wait, yo, I'll talk about that with you after this live.
okay.
Share an idea.
Well, I mean, you could talk about it now if it doesn't spoil too much. If it does, then I understand.
Yeah, it kind of does spoil a lot. So
Okay. So, as I was saying, about transformations, about forms, about different stuff like that, I'm really, really interested when it comes down to powerful characters. If it weren't for powerful characters, I probably wouldn't be creating this, but just the fact that the characters are going to be so insanely unique is why I have such admiration toward the concepts. In total, there are a total of 6 main characters, and I know that sounds like a lot, but they're not going to be mentioned too much. There's only about to be 1 or 2 characters that are primary main characters. The other ones, they are very important. They're just not mentioned as much as the other ones. Huh?
So side characters?
Well, not really, because the side characters in my series don't exactly have that much importance. For instance, I can give you the name of one, because he's not really all that important. He's a professor in a college known as Professor Howard. We see him in a future episode. I'm not going to tell you when. He kind of helps toward investigation in episode 4, and that's really it. I can't tell you what they were investigating, why, or when, but you're going to find that out soon. In terms of schedule, I don't know how frequently these episodes are going to come out. They're usually going to be about 3 to 6 minutes at max. If I really, really, really feel like making a finale during the end of this timeline, I might just make it so the last episode might be a good 10 minutes, but that's really pushing it. I want to get an episode out every 2 months. It would be really nice. But, of course, the animation team, currently, like, I don't know. They're sometimes in a bad state. But I understand that.
I like me.
Burnout is very common. So that's why I try to be as interactive and motivating as possible, but I really do try to make the animation process enjoyable. It's just hard work is required. And, I gotta give credit where credit is due to my fabulous workers here. Unknown, do you have anything to add?
He talks like Mappa, bro.
Like fabulous little workers.
This episode 1.
By the way, whoever's watching this, please help us, bro. He has enslaved us, and now we're stuck
What?
in a basement.
That has never happened. Never ever.
We're stuck in a
That
basement.
has never happened.
But if you guys do have any ideas for I don't know, if y'all want to work with us possibly, like, then consider joining our Discord server. If you have any kind of talent, whether it be writing script or animating or anything revolving around that fashion, and you genuinely want to help us out, consider joining our Discord server. We would be very interested in giving you a place if we do need one. Although the major ones that we need are animation, because my friend here, Unknown, does visual effects. Essentially, after I make the rough animation, after I make the rough animation, he sort of just he adds effects onto that. So anything like jumping, running,
I add
impact
effects
frames.
to the 2,000 to 3,000 to 9,000 frames. I'm
Look,
suffering. My hand hurts.
I promise it's not that bad. We just like being
It is
highly
that bad.
we just like being highly comedic. The Triforce GD, I promise it's not that bad. Look, animation is complex depending on the kind of animation. And there is an ad. I really hope I don't get copyrighted. Oh, it's an unskippable 15-second ad. You gotta be kidding me. It's not even. It's a picture as an ad. What's happening? Okay, my bad, y'all. Okay.
Hey, I'm dead.
Onto the topic of animation. Yeah, my workers do a really great job when it comes down to animation. It's just, it takes a while to push these animations out. So, if y'all want to help, go ahead. If y'all want to join the Discord server, link is in the channel
Please help
page.
me.
Shut up, bro.
if y'all want to subscribe to, help push these animations out further, consider subscribing. Motivation is key. That's really all the news I have as of now. Starting from now, I'm probably not going to be like talking as of much, because if you couldn't already tell, it's very difficult to yap for a whole hour and a half about things that we can't spoil. So I don't want to reveal too much, since otherwise the animations won't be as surprising, or the fans just won't be as delighted to understand what's happening. Since they'll be like, oh yeah, this character gets revived in episode blank, or this character gets killed here, or like, yeah. So I'm not going to be revealing too much, but if y'all have any questions regarding the animation that's already been done, consider asking. Now's your chance. I also have a main channel by the name of RealStormAura. I am RealStormAura, if you didn't already know. I have 1,400 subscribers on YouTube. If you want to go ahead and subscribe, go ahead. I normally stream Roblox Rivals, although I've been slacking a lot recently. It's because I've been working with my team to produce these amazing animations that we're going to be making soon. So, I hope y'all enjoy when they do end up coming out. That's about really all I have right now.
What are you sharing?
We will show.
Oh, you're playing. You're playing Grace.
I'm
I love-
tweaking.
Oh, doing good. Oh, doing good.
Oh, also, guys, if you want to see, if you guys want to see new leaks that I'm gonna actually be posting before the episode drops, also consider joining the Discord server or subscribing, because I'll be making sure I post channel posts and constant uploads whenever I'm able to, so that way you guys are always up to date on where production is at, and also small leaks. I mean, hey, if you want to do that for the edits, be my guest. But we need the animations more than we need manga. And
It's not manga. It's like a comic.
what if you could animate and edit? What if you could just animate and edit instead of doing the transitions? You could just animate the transitions. That would
be so awesome, bro.
That would be great. In my perspective, I've never seen anyone do that. I guess it's because, like, who wants to animate a freaking whatever?
Like a panel.
Yeah, who wants to animate a whole transition, shaking effects, blurring, but you know how much work that would
Everybody already does that.
be. Well,
Not that
That's
we
cool.
know, but
yeah. I'm sure there's someone out there though.
Someone out there would, bro. Maybe.
So,
maybe.
Racer, how do you feel about your job as sound effects editor?
He doesn't feel
Good?
very good about it. That's for sure.
He said, good. Good talk, man. Amazing.
Good time, bro. For sure.
How do you feel, bro? I feel good. Anyways, can we shut up now?
You feel good? All right. So if that's the case, I'll just give you. No, I'm playing. Okay. Also, I decided to add Undertale style text to the animations.
My idea.
What?
My idea, man.
My bad.
Oh wait, hold up. We got manga is a Japanese comic, and I own quite a few. My favorites are MHA Volume 1 through 4 and Demon Slayer Volume 1.
Bro.
Love you, man.
I'm trying to listen to Spotify and all I get is.
Yo, Demon Slayer is actually peak, bro. Good anime. Not anime.
You haven't even
Manga,
watched
manga.
it.
I literally finished the entire thing. What do you mean I haven't watched it?
All right.
Someone except the person running the stream watch my speed
Hmm?
But I'm about to speed run Grace.
Oh yeah. So anyways, I decided to add Undertale style text to the animations, so that way it would be easier to read and it would also look a lot better. Originally, I wanted text bubbles to appear above the characters, or the stick figures, should I say? Because, may I elaborate? This is going to be a stick figure based series. It's inspired heavily off of Alan Becker's Animation vs. Animator series. If you haven't already seen it, definitely go check it out. It is a fantastic series. And it's also inspired off of other small animation creators that made fantastic animations, such as Red vs. Black 2023. If you haven't seen that one, definitely go check it out. Now, although the animations I'm making, although the animations we're making aren't going to be as good, I'm definitely going to focus on improvement because I'm going to be animating all of these episodes. And even beyond this series, I'm probably also going to be contributing toward animation.
The comment says my
We are live.
for my series are Undertale, Meta Runner,
We're live.
and, like Ultra
Okay.
Killer and
Anyways,
Ultra Kill
so
and
for the
Ultra
animations, I intend to keep the
We're live.
Undertale style text, primarily because, I don't know, it just looks a lot more artistic. Although I genuinely feel bad on Racer's behalf because he's just gonna have to insert like, every 2 seconds. Every time there's
That shit is
dialogue.
easy. That's the easiest. That's probably the easiest thing.
Yeah, that's the easiest.
Oh yeah,
thing. You want me.
that's true. Okay. Meanwhile, well then again, finding.
Also, wait, he did. Listen.
Yeah.
He did. They did say in the comments, my inspirations for my series are Undertale, Deltarune, Meta Runner, and like Ultra Kill and
Boomer
Doom.
shooters like
And he
Ultra
said
Kill.
also Alan Becker for meal what for me. I don't know what that comment says.
So
Okay.
you're-
Aiden, watch my screen share real quick.
So the Triforce, I have a quick question. Have you actually have you like uploaded the series or any episodes to the series yet?
What?
Because
You're
that sounds
done
pretty
with that, watch
interesting.
my screen share.
No.
I know a few content creators
Why?
that have been thinking about like either creating games or animations or stuff like that. And you know, you'd be surprised how many people actually have really good ideas. You just got to give them a chance and see what they have. Because some people might be able to think of
Stop
ideas
watching!
that some Hollywood producers might not even think of coming close to. And that's pretty interesting coming from like someone like me who to be honest isn't that important in the world of YouTube. But you know, we're still trying.
Someone like me, a
And that's all
Hollywood
that matters.
producer.
Yeah.
Wait, y'all
Yo,
can't
who the
guess.
heck is that?
Oh my goodness. There's another ad.
I'm not writing the story.
We love that.
Hey, don't do it. I know you want to, but don't do it.
So,
They said
Oh,
no. I'm
yeah.
writing the story. If I'm on episode wise, season 3, episode 4.
so like in terms of writing, you're on season 3, episode 4, or like have you started
Well, I think
any
they
of
said
the
they're on
animation?
Season 3, episode 4 of their animation.
Oh,
Their
okay.
story, whatever.
Have you like animated anything yet? Or is it just writing the story for season 3, episode 4 up until there?
No.
In
I'm
my
writing the
opinion,
story.
writing the story is probably one of the most important parts because you could be the best animator, but if you have a garbage story, it's not going to get you anywhere. Although I admit some animators happen to pull it off. I'm not really sure how. They just
because they're built different.
they just do whatever, and as long as it's good animation, for some reason they just like blow up on YouTube.
They blow
But
up.
yeah, good stories are really fundamental key aspects when creating an animation. I'm sort of
Oh,
carrying
we have
the stream
2
right now.
viewers.
Can
Oh,
I
no.
use it?
No,
Yeah.
wait, no, that one of those views are me. My bad.
Yeah, and also I'm on my phone and my PC as well. So you know, if that really helps. Well, no,
No,
because
but-
because
No,
sometimes
there's one
it
person.
sometimes it glitches out, and like even though it says 3 viewers are watching, it might be a little bit more because it takes YouTube time to update.
For me, it says it only there's only 2 people, but okay.
That's fine because like usually my streams on my RealStormAura channel started exactly like this, until I began to get more people. So you know, and of course, the reason why I put featuring RealStormAura in the title is because RealStormAura, like, come on, it's already a YouTuber. So if you put
knows you?
quite a few people. I don't know why,
Well,
but one
those
time
quite a
someone
few-
called me
those
Aura
quite a
Man,
few
and I'm like,
people
what?
Aren't really, present.
Yeah, stop me.
That's fine.
So-
I mean,
you
hey,
like that.
hey, hear me out. Look, we have 82 subscribers as of now, 3 videos, quite a few people in our Discord server, and we're almost done with episode 1. We are making really steady
Then
progress.
Why are those quite a few people on Discord not in the live?
Okay, Justin, shut up, bro.
Because like exactly,
Okay.
please, and like they're probably like doing real life stuff. I mean,
Yeah, man.
They have a life.
yeah, we're
Yeah,
They
good.
what-
said I'm working on revamping the story as I reread my episode story before I finalize it, and the entire story for season 1 was garbage, so rewriting it, and I really like the first season now.
That's a great idea. To be honest, like I usually reread or even rewrite my scripts, and especially reanimate my animations, because at the end of the day, my animations aren't the best. Okay, but it's the best that we have to work with. The same way that your stories might
will
not be
send-
as good, but realizing the
I will
flaws are the most
send-
important.
I will send the old version of one of our scenes in the Discord.
Yeah, you could do that, and I'll actually like I'll show you guys what it looked like on stream. And this was for episode 2, okay? Because we got animation done for episode 2. I don't know if that's what
Jaden.
Unknown is referring to. But the animation for episode 2 is actually worse than the animation for episode 1 because I created the first version for episode 1 first,
you're
and then the
overdoing
first
it, bro.
version for episode 2 second.
Why'd
But
you laugh
when
at
I revamped episode 1, I used a different animating platform, which was Sticknodes on PC. I actually used an emulator called like BlueStacks, so that way I can use a mobile app on PC. It's pretty useful. And the animation for episode 1 ended up
Jake,
looking
you
better
get
than
anything?
episode 2, so I'm probably just gonna reanimate episode 2. So by the time episode 1 is released, I'll probably have some of the finalized episode 2 done. By the way, Unknown, just let me know when you're you
People have lots of
uploaded that.
opinions when it comes to our bodies.
And we have another ad.
Why are you?
And how we dress. Since when is it anyone's
And it
business?
has me dying.
Ask your healthcare
It has me
provider.
dying, bro.
Yeah, Justin.
Sebastian, do you have Apple Pay?
Yeah.
I might be able to pay you through Apple Pay like sometime this week.
We will
if I
never,
get-
we will never pay you those $2, bro. We will never-
Oh yeah, by the way, Unknown.
Wait, we're arguing about some $2.
Unknown, I was thinking,
$5.
regarding
Jake,
payment,
let me show you something.
regarding
Why
payment,
is my flash-
would you like an
Like, if you
animation
optimize
like
your settings
salary?
and, like, join the game because look, watch.
I hear Tim.
Oh, crouch.
Unknown, regarding the like animation, would you like want me to, you know, pay you for every animation that you complete?
No, I'll work for free. If you want to pay me, I'll take the money, but like, I'll work for free.
I mean, I just want to have some kind of motivation for you because I understand how burnt out you could feel after, you know, animating a large amount of
My hand is
animation.
about to break.
Exposing him in front of like this guy.
Because I know mental fatigue is definitely real. I've experienced it before a lot.
You might need to like
So,
pay
you know.
his hospital bill.
Jane, are you dead?
Hey, yo, Unknown, I'll pay your hospital bill for you.
Are you died? Jane, are you dead?
Or you died.
Or
Or you died.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
died. Died? Are you died? Yeah, I died because I keep
Ah,
lagging.
yes.
When you see the smiley face, just crouch and stay still.
I know. Why is my flash
Once
light
again,
so,
guys,
like-
if y'all got any questions, just let me know. It's entirely up to you. Welcome to the stream, those of you who are here. If you haven't already done so, I definitely recommend subscribing to help keep the channel abroad and help motivate us to push out more episodes. The more of you that subscribe, the more I will Hey unknown. Yeah. Exactly.
Maybe. Maybe. Might pay
for
for my hospital bill.
for
if
every
y'all,
one
like,
subscriber
work.
will be one frame that's done for unknown. No, I'm playing. Bro, every time we get 10 subscribers, we're just gonna have like 10 frames instantly done for unknown. You know how much like work that would be saved for him. And what FPS?
If anybody would like can draw,
Oh
or,
yeah.
like, would like to partner up with me because my hand hurts.
Anyways, yeah, the animation FPS that I usually animate at is 18, and the reason why is because I originally tried animating at 15 FPS, but it looked like a Google Slides PowerPoint presentation. It looked really low quality and choppy, and I just didn't like the way it looked. So I moved up to 18 FPS, and surprisingly enough, the animation was much smoother. My personal recommendation: do not go below 18 FPS, but don't go over 24 FPS, because if you go over 24 FPS, that's going to be a lot of animating. And you're going to end up like those burnt out animators. It's going to take you a year to do 10 seconds of animation if you're working at 30 FPS. So that is my recommendation. In terms of animating software or platforms, there's a wide variety you can choose from, so I know it might be overwhelming for you guys. But my personal recommendations is if you're on mobile, go with something like StickNodes. It's a very simple but powerful animation app, and you can use it to basically create anything. Now, this is not a sponsor, but I'm just saying how great StickNodes is.
Obviously, it's not a sponsor.
you can make millions of different what ifs and animations on StickNodes because they have hundreds of thousands of different sprites
It's sounding a lot
and
like a
backgrounds,
sponsor, just
effects,
saying.
packs, skins, backgrounds, effects. Wait, I already said those. Overall, StickNodes is really good. There's a lot of amazing features and presets that you can choose from. But if you don't have, like a mobile device and you're trying to work on PC, I would probably recommend Adobe Animator. Adobe Animator is, or so I've heard, is a free animation app, and it has some really powerful and effective tools that you can use to really take the next step in your animation. So, yeah, I'm good. Yeah. No, I put some down there. Yeah. So anyways, Adobe Animator is pretty decent for animation. Overall, it is a widely chosen choice for animation. Back when Alan Becker used to first create animations, he would use Adobe Animator, and it was very effective up until he discovered to use Blender. Now, speaking of Blender you can actually use in 2D.
No, run faster.
So, Blender can be used in 2D, and it's actually super effective if you end up rigging a stick figure, especially with bendable joints, because this means that for every frame you do, it's so much easier to just animate a stick figure if you just move their individual joints. And this is true. You can also apply 3D backgrounds in 2D animation, which really makes the animations pop. Although it does take some practice and a lot of learning to master Blender's effective tools and mechanics, it can definitely be done. And oh yeah, lastly, but certainly not least, Pivot Animator is a decent choice for beginners who are willing to work on PC. Pivot Animator is a completely free and safe animating app for PC. Now, the only concerns I have with it is its lack of features. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. The lack of features really doesn't make it that great of an animation app choice. I've tried it for quite a while. I prefer StickNodes a lot better. And if you don't have a PC, but you still, if you don't have a mobile device and you still want StickNodes, you can simply use an emulator like BlueStacks. An emulator just makes a PC think that you're using a mobile device, so you can install mobile apps on PC. And that's exactly what I use. Overall, it genuinely depends on your personal preference. If you wanted to go with something entirely different though, like 3D animation, using Blender would probably be your best bet. Entirely free, difficult to use, but very powerful nonetheless. Does anyone have anything to add on to this, or anything to add on to anything at all?
Nope.
Good talk.
Really, I don't think anyone else does that.
Me,
Okay, no, just no.
Yeah.
I'm no Lee.
Good talk. Anyways,
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
Justin, do you
Bro, I
happen
just
to
kept
be
sliding.
good at drawing?
Smiley or whatever his name is, but
No.
Would you like to sign this 15-page contract?
What?
Would you like to sign 15 legal documents in gold and ink?
Are
Alright,
you
back.
trying to do me like Boom?
Wait, have we stopped streaming or?
No. No, we're still streaming.
Alright.
Oh, why is there another ad?
You want a break from the ads?
I was just, by the way, I was just talking about like different animation apps and like people's preferences and stuff.
Nice.
Thank you. Is this an ad?
Maybe, I don't know.
I can't tell. Oh, it's not. Okay. All right. Anyways, I can leak a little bit more about the series without really revealing anything major. Besides the number of episodes, the time span for the episodes, or the style. Yes, the style of the episodes. So the first 2 episodes are going to be action. And the reason why is because we want the audience to first see the abilities and power scaling of these characters. Specifically, only a few. The 3rd episode is mainly going to be the kind of
what are the characters like? Give brief descriptions without spoiling.
Yes. So I will cover that right after I'm done here. The 3rd episode will be a mixture of filler episode and action at the same time, since one of our main characters goes up against some other of our main characters, but then gets stopped. We get a bit of explanation on a previous character who happens to be the main villain, and they get into this kind of conflict between the main villain. We get introduced to a total of 3 new characters, and in episode 4, we also get introduced to some other new characters, and that will be an entire filler episode. There won't be much action aside from the ending scene, which I can't spoil. Episode 5 is mainly going to be action and filler at the same time, since we're gonna get a kind of like sense of what needs to be done. And then oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, episode 5, we're gonna get filler episode because one of the side characters is going to go on a quest with the other main characters in an attempt to sort of recruit someone. Can't really say who it is. It's not really a person. It's kind of like in a different dimension. Can't really spoil too much about that though. Episode 6, we get pure action. Action. This is just going to be absolute fight scenes because of what happened at the end of episode 5, which will leave all of y'all on an epic cliffhanger. Episode 7 is going to be the conclusion. That's going to be when the main villain is defeated, and along with the other ones as well, which we'll get introduced to early on in the series. And that will conclude season 1. Grace here, what was your question?
No,
I see. What are the characters like? Give brief descriptions without spoiling anything. Okay, so
Oh my goodness, I'm so dead.
I can give y'all the colors of the characters, and I'll explain to y'all what these guys are, like their abilities. First, we have Blue. Mind you, none of the names I say are actually their names. So we have Blue, our first character. His powers are mainly supersonic speed. The ability to go at the speed of light, and that's not his name. So Blue, or our first character, is able to go at light speed. He has lightning kinesis, able to manipulate lightning. That's really it. He's one of the more like less powerful characters because he's supposed to be the less powerful of the 5. Second, we have Red. That's not his name. He has a different name according to the series. Red's ability is strength and durability. His powers are primarily to lift mountains, the casual stuff. He also has his own weapon known as the Cataclysmic Axe. It's pretty self-explanatory what he uses this for. Mind you, these are all protectors versus the other characters I'll be mentioning soon enough. The third one is Green. Once again, not his actual name, of course. Green's abilities... What? Green's powers are primarily earthbending. Earthbending and also earth manipulation. So anything that this guy thinks of, he can create with the earth. Yeah, he's also like the most wise and oldest one. Now, I can give you Green's name just for the sake of this. His name is Millennial, and this is because he's old. He's millennial, okay. He's one of the more powerful of the ancients, but nothing too crazy. Next up, we have
For
Purple.
sure, bro. For sure.
Yeah, next up we have Purple. Not his real name, but his main powers are mainly just like he's more of a support character. He is able to spawn in like shields and bind his enemies and like restrict their abilities, nullify them, that kind of stuff. He's more of a countermeasure. He uses his sword known as the Sword of Justice, and you'll find out why it's called that. I might change its name to like the Sword of Order or something, or the Sword of Absolute. I can't spoil too much about the whole justice thing. But then up next we have White.
Justice.
White actually wasn't in the first few episodes because in episode 0, which will be a filler episode, it's going to explain the lore of every character in great depth. White was not around, and this is because when the main villain split her powers, there were actually 6 of these gems of power, but only 5 people found 5. There was still 1 that hadn't been found, and it was found a lot later and was given to White. White's powers are mainly photon and light with plasma bending, so she's able to essentially travel at near light speed, stamina being near infinite, able to spawn in shields, and using her indestructible sword known as, I think it's called, I don't know, I'll have to recheck, I think it's called the Sword of Infinity, or the Infinity Blade, yeah, the Infinity Blade. She's got nearly a universal level threat to her name. I can't go into too much depth about the powers, because you'll see those in later episodes. In addition to this, she has the ability to be at near star level, and this is because plasma is one of the strongest elements in the entirety of the universe. Plasma is much more powerful than fire or magma, and it incinerates entire planets. The most powerful of them, we have Black. Now, if you want to really know Black's name, I'm not going to tell you in this live stream, but if you watch my most recent video, I replied to a comment questioning about what the names were. Oh wait, hold on, let me read these comments. I'm so sorry. Close to my... Yeah, White is Gen Alpha, bro. White is like very recent. So, just to tell you how old these guys are, so that way, you know, for any of you curious, fill in the timeline. White is about 300 years old, and that seems old until you compare it to the other characters, which are about 5,000 years old. These are meant to be ancient heroes, so I had to make them old. Black, his powers are primarily void-based. His abilities include flight, teleportation. He has, what else? Oh yeah, shadow clone spawning. He's able to run or travel at near speed of light, a little bit faster than White, and he also has time manipulation abilities. He's able to stop time on a multiversal level scale. He's able to turn back time and also forward into time slightly, not entirely. And the reason why is because if he could do this, it would be too overpowered, in my opinion. He is kind of the Unk of the Ancients, and this is because not only is he the strongest, but because of something that happened in very early episodes, he became even stronger. And you're gonna find out how and why in the very first episode. He actually originally wasn't this strong, but because he was trapped in a certain realm, he harnessed its power because he shared some kind of resonance with it. And we're gonna hear that from one of the characters' dialogue in episode 1. And also a little bit in episode 0, which will come a lot further down the line. The reason I'm not doing episode 0 and then episode 1 is because if I did episode 0, people would have thought that the main villain was the main character, because she would have been the first to be introduced. But that's not the case. So, in reality, we decided to release episode 1 first, and we will definitely release that first. We're going to release the first 3 episodes, and then after episode 3, when we're introduced to the main villain, we're going to get episode 0, which is going to introduce the lore to the main villain. So that way, once everyone is familiar with the main villain, they'll begin to learn about the main villain. And then, after episode 0, we'll get to episode 4, which will show us more about the problem and how it's going to be solved. So giving the Gen Alpha kid universal treat without the iPad is... Yes. That's exactly, yeah. That's exactly what it's going to be like.
Go Power Rangers.
So I guess you could say there are going to be 8 episodes, but episode 0 is kind of like an origin point, so it's really still 7. It's just, I guess you could say 8 if you wanted to be technical. Unknown, are you here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just finishing up something.
Oh, okay. Ooh, interesting.
Just got it. Unknown status.
You know, I'm actually gonna go on my
What is
channel page, y'all.
Please get out.
I'm gonna go on my channel page so that way y'all can actually no. If y'all want to see one of the leaks that I have posted in this channel, you can go ahead and check that out on my posts for the channel. I really gotta find something to do during these streams because I'm not used to talking this much. I'm really not. Unknown, do you have anything to like say? Like, what are you working on as of now? If it's
Homework.
of any importance.
Homework.
What kind of homework you got on you right now?
Savis.
Oh, you're doing. Wait, actually?
Savis.
JCPenney has exactly what
Oh
you
my
are in
goodness, there's
dark
another
blue.
ad.
Come for amazing deals on sweaters, towels, and jeans. Leave with unexpected finds like
Yo,
bronzers,
shut up.
sneakers, and a stand mixer.
So what's the
deals
pacing
you
for
wanted,
these episodes?
Plus 1 or 10 more.
Okay, so the pacing. Wait, let me. I'll tell you right after this ad is done. So,
Like, what's the time span between like the episodes?
in terms of like the lore origin, like the literal time, like this episode takes place in 2030, while this one takes place in.
No. Like, how much time they each take,
Oh,
and, like, how
oh,
much
okay.
time is like between each episode?
Okay,
3
so
months?
since the animation, for all the way from the idea to the final cut, it should take anywhere from 2 to 4 months. And I know it's a long time, okay? That if we go based off of the 4-month standard, one would immediately think that 3 episodes a year is going to come out, but that's not true. And I say that because some episodes are going to be shorter and some episodes are going to be longer than others. So they make it done like faster depending on whether I get either A, better at animation, or B, everyone just gets a lot like faster at doing their job.
They said if each character were to have a catchphrase, what would they be?
If each character had a catchphrase. Okay, so
Oh
Let me
no,
think.
dude.
okay, I'm gonna
I
come up with the
get it
corniest stuff
already.
ever. It's gonna become clipped. So a catchphrase for Blue would be "Catch me if you can." Oh
Oh wow.
no.
So creative, bro. So creative.
a catchphrase for
Guys, I got a perfect catchphrase for Blue, guys. It's "You're not Toji Kun, guys."
okay.
Dude, you stood up.
All right. A catchphrase for Red would be like, "Do not stand in my way."
You. Ain't
Bro.
no.
A catchphrase for Green would probably be like, "My roots spread far."
Bro.
A catchphrase for Purple would be like, "Corrupted be purged." And then a catchphrase for White would be like, "This will be the last tragedy on Earth." And and then a catchphrase for Black would probably be like, "Darkness be gone," or something. I don't know. I came up with those on the spot, bro. Trust. So
Yo,
Yeah.
they're so creative, bro. They're so
They're so creative. It's not like it's from Cookie Run Kingdom or anything.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, the
Copy.
I plan for the characters to have their own unique personalities, even though it's really difficult to give characters personalities when the animation isn't that good, because you need to kind of explain it through dialogue. I've seen a lot of creators try to explain emotion without dialogue, and it's actually very difficult, because not only do you need to be good at animating, but you need to know how to do complex things like facial features, constructs, character gestures. It's a lot of different things you have to study. Close-up shots, you name it, you need to know it. So, in my opinion, dialogue is a lot easier to express emotion, feeling, and just develop plot in general, because otherwise, the story would take 10 times longer than it would if, you know, there was, like, dialogue, which there will be, which is nice. Unknown, do you have any, like, comments or questions, concerns? Oh my goshes.
When does it get creative?
Like each ancient, like, when were they born? Like, when?
No,
What do you-
when are the catchphrases gonna get creative?
Oh, why is there... Oh.
Why is there sad music playing in the background?
Oh, that's actually the same video. It's just like for some reason, I guess the creator thought it would be a good idea to put that. I don't know. I just came across this random playlist. I mean, not playlist. This random like 1 hour gaming music, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, we could roll with this. Anyways, I think that's probably gonna conclude the stream as of now. There's not much I can really say. I really need to come up with something new to do like while this stream is happening, because
Fix our living room right now.
because if let's just say if I'm yapping, I'm probably gonna spoil too much. That's my main concern. If I'm yapping and I just say things that I've already said before, it's not gonna be that cool. So I think what I might do as a substitute is
No.
I might just like talk about random stuff up until someone either A asks a question or B I have something fresh to talk about.
Nice.
Anyways, I'll see y'all in the next live stream. Don't forget, stay subscribed, and if you want, I mean, like, you know, and join the Discord server if you haven't already done so, guys. Link is on the channel page. I will be keeping all of you updated. My team are very excited to talk to you guys and work with you just as much as I am. And we wish you a great rest of